Hello, fellow faithful. It is Bulldog here, back with more analysis of CLG. This is week 3. We are 1-5. World's greatest silver analyst. By the way, I do not have Tanman with me. He had a family emergency and will not be joining me for a little while here. Just prayers up to him and his family. That's all the details I have. And he's not going to be doing his game notes on the Reddit either, but I will keep pumping out the content for you guys. So let's get right into game 1 of week 3
take
here.
that one first, which they will.
So,
but
since I'm watching the VOD,
Kobe, as it turns out. So not only is Brox
a lot of the time,
Rusty maybe hasn't had a chance to play with.
Okay, I need to turn the volume down quite a bit. A lot of the time, it just starts during the middle of the pick ban. So, ban out the Olaf, Senna, Seraphine. I think those are all fine bans. And the Rel is a great first pick for us. It gives us some really good flexibility in terms of what we can build around it. It fits into almost any team comp, and it allows us to pull out the Nocturne. We do have Broxa here for the first time, so this is essentially another new roster. So they're grabbing the Gragas, which can be a 3-way flex. Fudge is hovering with Smite for whatever reason. I don't really get that. So I imagine we're going to go 80 carry jungle. And I think we like the Xayah quite a bit. Yep, Xayah and Kaisa, that seems to be our counter pick.
She's always first picked whenever she's available, so alongside Gragas, which could be support, but more likely there for Fudge.
I mean, the other thing we could do, we could just grab Zoe, which RJS is stupid good at Zoe. Orianna would also be a safe blind pick.
Maybe they'll pair it with Rakan. Actually, they have Rel, so that's not going to happen unless.
The Lilia, yep, that's a perfectly fine jungle. That does kind of get rid of the Nocturne combo we can pull out, but. And I'm not necessarily a huge fan of Lilia. Is this? It's still 11-3, so there is not the jungle nerfs yet, so Lilia is still really strong because of her priority on bottom lane, or the smaller camps like Krugs and Raptors. She gets the extra golden experience because those camps were a little overtuned.
Looks like they are going to still target some of the
Hecarim, I do like that ban.
Some of the more hard carry ones, as we are still on 11.3.
Get Blabber a little bit off of comfort.
Yeah, for a while it feels like Hecarim is taking off the ball,
and
also taking away, so
you know it's not gonna. They're not gonna be able to do something like the Renekton, Talia, or something like that. And they don't have great setup. But I could see Twisted Fate Talia coming out from Cloud9. I also wouldn't mind a Twisted Fate on our comp.
Like we see Udyr banned so often on Red Side, we've seen 2 other junglers banned in phase 1. And I
because
still gonna get a good
Twisted Fate is just a very good champion. RJS is good at it. Oh, the Tristana, that's a good ban. The Rek'Sai.
Why not Rek'Sai again?
Yeah, it's
okay,
funny to
so
me to look at the social media or the threads.
I mean, I would like. I think Azir would be good in the Rek'Sai, and I'm not terribly surprised by the AA Trox here. Finn's good at it. We seem to be comfortable on it.
Can you give him like baby rubber ball or something?
I expect that to lock in. Yep, it gives us a little bit of beef. Gives us flank, side lane priority. So that just seems to be a comfort pick for Finn, which I think is very good to just grab comfort early on, especially with the roster being 4 days old and RJS Zoe. Yep, he is very, very good at that champion.
less resources in the jungle, more gank-heavy style. Rek'Sai
I don't
is the perfect
imagine
snowball,
Yasuo will be
gank-heavy
locked in here. I
AoE
could see a
threat that you
Yone
want to
being
use
locked
right
in,
now.
though.
Prowler's Claw
But they could do the stupid
works really
Gragas
well
Yasuo
with,
combo that they
offsetting some
like.
AP topside, and it looks
But
like Fudge will retain
I
his
would
Gragas pick,
suspect...
and we just have
Okay,
to figure out what
Rise.
Perks wants to
I'm
play.
not a big fan of Rise.
There you go.
I think it's okay.
Fun, but it is gonna be Rise into Zoe.
I think
RGS
he's the
kinda
most
as
boring
expected.
champion in the
Picking
entire
that
game to
pick
play.
has been probably his best looking champion, although he's actually been quite good all around, especially on a
So,
new player
because
on a struggling
it's just
team.
EQ.
We'll see how
EQ.
CLG's now.
That's
I was gonna say intended
that's his
starting
combos.
five, but I guess this is now the starting five they've gone with, given how up and down this season has been. But Rise here,
Yeah,
So
don't
I-
forget about PLB.
don't worry.
We do
Yeah,
have
I'm very
fairly
interested to see,
similar
too, 'cause
compositions
when
here.
I did talk with them, they weren't set on this lineup. This is not the guaranteed lineup for the rest of the season. They're still wondering how will the moving pieces work, because yes, they changed out POB when they still had Griffin, but now that Brock maybe.
So
Well, we'll have to see here. CLG are going to move out onto the
let's
Rift. All
go
grouped up
ahead
together towards the
and
bottom side of the
get
map,
into
so I
game
believe
here.
a level 1 is
it's
on
weird.
the
It's like weird
horizon.
being back to
On that
solo
top lane
casting, but
matchup,
I'm
though,
excited to
certainly
see how
two
Broxa
like
does.
defenders back on comfort.
Excited to see if we
Big
pull out
carry
a
CLG
clever
for the
level
first
1.
one.
I'm really glad to
It's
see
part of the
RJS
season.
on the Zoe.
But,
Because he's
probably not gonna be a
freakishly good on
P1
that.
if I had to guess. Nice roll also, by the
Smoothie
way.
is so good on the rel.
Already,
So
I like
we
the
have set ourselves
attempt
up for
here
success
from
here.
Cloud9. They saw last week.
Yep,
CLG, multiple
that's a good
level
ward
1
by
versus
Cloud9.
ones. Two of them before
And
minions even
they're going to be
spawn.
able to get some
A
deep
lot
vision
of
on the
these
top
creative
side
level ones from
as
CLG.
a
So what do
result
Cloud9
of
do?
them spotting it
Defensive
out.
wards all across the map.
That's well done.
From top to bottom. There's one up on Tribrush.
We
There's
do
two
get
down here in the river.
A little
Let's
bit
see,
deep
this
vision
attempted
ourselves.
invasion. And they even take that opportunity once they do get first sight of CLG to go place a
I
deeper ward.
doubt
to
they're
track
gonna
Broxa's pathing. This is already being set
try
up as
and
a
steal
very difficult return to the LCS for Broxa.
the blue buff level 1.
Perks was the one to place it. Is gonna
Because
see him as he
Lilia
pushes
just takes
up to the top
Raptors
quadrant
to
of the
start. I
like
think
this
she
from
goes
Broxa,
Raptors,
very
Krugs,
responsible
Wolves.
with your sweeper just to check, right, if any deep wards have been placed. Unfortunately for him, there are no wards on this side of the jungle. But as you said, it's going to give Cloud9 a lot of information about pathing here. So you can very reasonably guess this is where Broxa is. You can probably even guess it's this camp based on the champion he's playing. But Blabber, I'm not going to worry too much. Just going to full clear. He's at red side of the map by the looks of things.
Rek'Sai is a champion that I'm not a big fan of. And if you're going to go like the assassin Rek'Sai, which I think he will, I think Hail of Blades is better because it allows your burst to get off quite a bit quicker. Like you can get all 3 auto attacks and your E off before they're out of the knockup.
So versatile. You can go over behind the Baron Pit. You can go even behind a top laner over the thick wall at their own
But
tower. You see how
Finn
Finn's pushing
should
out.
pretty hard
Rek'Sai's
stomp
one of
this
the few
matchup,
champions that their
just
gap
because I think
closer,
it's a little bit
does not
Aatrox
actually
favored,
take away their CC
and
ability, so
Finn is
there's
just
so many
way
options
better
here.
than
We'll just
Fudge.
do a full red side clear here for
RJS
Blabber. Doesn't want to fall behind the
should be
experience
able
and
to
still
come
on
out
the
even
11.3
at the very least.
wants to get the juicy gold and
I think
experience building up.
it's a matchup that's pretty Zoe favored early on, and RJS is very, very good at Zoe.
Reasonable guess you can make here about where Broxa is, but
Bot
I think
lane,
Broxa's jungler is pretty content and farming it
I
out for
think
now, as we can see
we're
by
expected to be
Wolfcamp
down
actually
a
go-
couple of
go ahead
CS
and take his
in that
approval.
lane, but
Fudge was getting pushed in a bit, did lose the race to level
Not
2,
much.
that's kind of expected, but
so I would
the way
expect
that
us
he
to have a
was
small
used
early
now,
game
so should be
lead
just fine here, despite
this
being
game.
currently down away
And
from
honestly, if
I
we
can't
can
imagine
keep
that's
Blabber
gonna
from
be close
snowballing,
in the early
if we
part
can
of
get
the
some sort of lead,
convention.
that's really the
Yeah,
way to
and
beat
I think
Cloud9.
Lilia just continue on the normal
because
clear here. You see Blabber
Blabber
on the
is
bottom side.
the best in the
Blabber as
league
well.
when
Slightly
ahead,
faster clear for
but
Lilia,
he
no
struggles
problem.
a fair
Blabber
amount
basically is looking
when
at
he
lane
does not have a
setup,
lead.
For these, oh, the burn on the crab, not enough. You
And,
like to walk
I
away
mean,
with a little
Lilia
bit of
just
burn
has a
left on
faster
it,
clear
but,
speed than Rek'Sai.
Colorado gonna lose him a slight
So,
amount of time, and Broxa
I'm
retains
gonna have
this,
about a 1 camp,
small tempo lead.
well,
See if he goes for the
about
reset
like a
here.
15-ish
Or
seconds
continues
lead,
back
I
to
think.
Raptor Krug clear
15
on
might be a
second
little
respawn
high,
with
but
those. Get to his level 5.
Well, bottom side has been really interesting.
Yeah.
Actually. Vulcan completely overtook too early on, but that's
They
why
had Blabber
two
down
innings
there, so
that, Total and Smoothie
they were
had
able to
going
play
through
really
the tower.
aggressively.
There's, what,
We
7
probably
in
knew
front of
Blabber
6 behind,
was
so
down there.
could
We
be
knew
just
we
fine
didn't
if
have
he
any
gets
help,
most of those
so
under the
that's
tower, and looks like he will.
that's smart
But
play to
this is
just
something set
get
up
the
there
CS
for
under
Vulcan.
tower.
We've seen a lot of bottom lane
We're only
dives
down a
early on,
couple.
mostly in the
We're
100
winning
camp, but
in
Vulcan at least gonna
mid
use this
lane
pressure to walk
CS by a
into the
little
jungle
bit.
with Blabber, and we'll see Broxah here.
That
That's an easy
is a
combo,
little
and now
bit
Blabber's coming
dangerous,
in.
but
And
Broxah
Dives
should
down.
be
Broxah's gonna
fine.
stun Blabber. Surely you can flash instead. Just gonna waste Broxah's flash. Nice
Yeah.
camp there for Vulcan. Not using too
So
much, but
Broxah flash
value
for
there out of
Vulcan
that
Ignite.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a good invade on their part.
Because if you wait half a second more,
Went in
Blabber is
right as
in
our bot lane
range for the burrowed flash unburrowed,
back,
and you
so
are toast. Broxah already,
got a little bit of a reward out of it. The Lilia flash isn't that important of a summer spell since she is so fast. And Finn getting some nice trades here.
Getting some control wards and vision up for the team, because Rek'Sai with the passive radar does get a little bit of a sneak attack opportunity here when you are
And bot lane
venturing out to try and get some wards down.
gonna be down like 5 CS here by the time these waves crash. Finn is up 6 CS because those waves are even.
A lot more lane focused is going to be a potential target
So
for Cloud9.
Cloud9 isn't really getting any sort of early lead on us, which is very good because Cloud9 is a team that really likes to get early leads. They especially thrive in the mid game and snowballing that, especially around team fights. But I think our comp spikes a little harder at one item than theirs does. So I think we should be able to keep them at bay from snowballing and potentially snowball ourselves, especially with how far ahead Finn is in the top side here.
Finn is putting out. There's plenty of CS here for Fudge to pick up. Double stacked wave.
He's going to be ahead like 8 or 9 CS, it looks like.
Bit cautious about big stacked waves like this, because those right there are perfect dive opportunities for your opponents to just even force you off the wave to start to lose a decent amount of golden experience. But
Fudge doing a good job of CSing that. Good invade by Blabber. They probably got vision. Well, I don't know if they had vision of Broxah. They were probably tracking him pretty well. But they also had priority in both mid and bot lane, allowing Blabber to invade and steal a camp like that. So that's very good. Bot lane is in threat of being died, but Alistar is only level 4, so that takes away a decent amount of the threat of that. So they're just going to get the early dragon here because of their early bot lane pressure and mid lane pressure. So we're mostly getting our advantage top, but we're keeping it even. For now, at 7 minutes, they have a dragon advantage, but no gold advantage, and it's not really that important of a dragon. It's like one Cloud Drake isn't really going to turn the game.
He has done very well into this matchup thus far, and there's no real reason why Fudge should be able to turn it around with that extra teleport forward pressure. So Finn, if he can actually get the push back, open up maybe a teleport play. When you have Lilia level 6,
Finn just getting himself a nice moderate CS lead up here.
Down through these lanes, fishing around for possible sleep opportunities to set them up. And Finn,
Finn just getting a really nice trade there.
So we'll see if CLG can make anything of this.
Is Finn going for Gore Drinker?
Well, they will have a decent amount of
I thought.
I would say Cloud9's answer to that.
I thought he went Stridebreaker last week, and Stridebreaker is significantly better right now.
And you already see Vulcan on that recall from support. Once again, he's going to link up with Blabber and try and have a 2v1 situation towards that Rift Herald.
RJS TPing back in.
RJS is down a little bit.
Last chapter finished. It's actually very early Merc treads here for Perks.
They do have vision on
extra mana. Does have cleanse as well, so very much keeping things safe against.
Well, we do have knowledge that they're trying to do the Rift Herald, but I mean, Rek'Sai just has priority over Lilia early game on that kind of thing because Rek'Sai just hurts really badly early on, but really falls off in kind of the mid to late game. So they can get priority on some of these objectives early, but it won't hurt us that much.
As well as worrying about the double CCs that you're talking
But we
about.
are starting to bleed a fair amount of CS in both mid and bot lane, which is pretty unfortunate. But top lane is doing well.
But Blabber is separated, so I think they're just going to retreat. One turret play picked up here for Sven, and they slowly continue to increase these leads.
Ooh, Turtle is eating a lot of damage.
One feather?
Suspects there's a jungler in the area.
Oh, that should be a kill. Wow. Turtle and Smoothie just smurfing. Good work.
I want to hear those comms, because that seems crazy. Watching the last minute of action where they just invaded. Blabber Rek'Sai passive saw the extra pings from Broxy.
Yeah, that was just poorly played by Cloud9 and good job by CLG to punish.
Overloaded. Blabber already left. And it looked like Sven was fine. He's got cleanse and flash, so this is, yeah, that is...
Yeah, that was just weird. I imagine Vulcan thought they could turn it, but Turtle still had ult, flash, and heal.
Early game stats!
But keep going. Gold is even as a result. Perks was also like halfway down the river with his ultimate, so I don't know if there was... He was saying...
Oh yeah, Perks was rotating over. They definitely thought they could turn it, but Vulcan wasn't level 6 yet. And it just made it really, really difficult for them to do anything. And Finn just absolutely stomping Fudge in that trade.
Untimely end there on the bottom side, but again, gonna shrug it off here for Cloud9. They're still up in gold actually, and Perks has been farming up a storm, the first player to break 4K, with Sven not far behind him there, just above Finn, who's also doing well on the CLG side. Awfully slow right now. I mean, this is certainly...
Oh, that's a good Rift Herald. We should be able to push the advantage top lane. You do need to pick it up, Broxa.
Pretty content to just kind of relax. In fact, Broxa just taking that Rift Herald.
We don't seem to be...
It has been so
we don't seem to... We aren't being as aggressive as we have been with Griffin, but I was talking with Tafa in the Discord server a little bit, and he was saying one of the things that we are struggling with is not knowing when to hold back, and just kind of going too gung-ho. And so I think this is a little bit more tempered.
Definitely had decent Rift Herald control and a decent amount of early games for themselves. Broxa picking the Rift Herald up here.
And Cloud9 is just kind of living in that bot side jungle.
Get a lane to use it though. The only one that has
and Perks is just building like terrified of the Zoe one shot.
But Dragon is spawning on the bottom side, so.
And I guess it is good, like, it is good for Perks to build. It's good itemization by Perks to build like that. Because both our jungle and our mid laner are magic damage.
And looks like the R&D going to take that control.
And we have a fair amount of CC.
Yeah, it looks like a Rift Herald opportunity, actually. Perks is not
it's pretty efficient item building, and I imagine he'll just sit on the magic resist item. Perks did show top lane and give up priority there, so we do have control over this bot side now. There is a dragon up. I don't know if we're going to go for it.
For the full play here. Reinforcements arriving quickly, though.
LJS just missing that portal jump paddle star combo. Also had a Shirley
we do get quite a bit off of the Rift Herald. We get 4 tower plates, which is a good play.
Gold goes over. CLG still retaining some control of this river.
Yeah, we need to get mid lane wave better set up. And bot lane wave isn't in a great spot either. So we need to get those in position if we are going to contest this dragon, which I wouldn't be opposed to. But we also did get a nice chunk of gold out of the Rift Herald, and we're just kind of backing off. Oh, we were, yeah, Turtle was sitting on a lot of gold, and so we didn't want to fight sitting on that much gold, and I imagine Finn is sitting on quite a bit of gold as well. I would bet he's about close to completion on his Gore Drinker here.
And of course with the the standard serrated Dirk stop-off point is going to be a little bit delayed on the Mythic, but still up in CS, feeling good as Fudge is continuing to try and dodge Aatrox Qs. It's not been a particularly fun job, but it is a full-time one here as Fudge gets the ulti down because there's 2 more members of Cloud9 running in hot. There's the Chilling Smite down. Finn, well done to again to get up, but Blabber's going to follow the direct side ulti. The knockup is not
can Finn turn this? Can Broxa? It doesn't look like it. Unless, okay, that could be good. Burns Vulcan's flash. They sent 3 up there. They burned a bunch of ultis, but they didn't burn any sums, so they got a kill, and Finn's flash out of it.
He's got plenty of distance. RJS now.
Perks going in now. No ignite there for Perks, but I don't think it matters. I think Perks can line this up. There's the guy's a W. Good flash from RJS though. Gets himself out safely.
We are falling apart a little bit here, but it's RJS playing, getting out of that allows it to be salvaged a little bit and not let things get out of control here. Because we have a small gold lead, but we are still... Oh, excuse me. We have a small gold lead, but we're still pretty behind. We're behind in Dragons. We're just behind in pressure a little bit. And Cloud9 is a team that tends to put down a lot of pressure. If you can absorb it well, you'll do well against them. And we've kept things pretty even till 16 minutes here, which is very good. Oh, that could be a kill.
Wow. Oh, Turtle actually going in, finds the kill.
Wow.
But not enough damage, just barely. Misses
but
the
that was almost enough to kill Sven. Alright, Zoe, can you not walk in front of my monitor? Thanks, Gat.
Thanks to that poke between Zoe and Xayah, and they should be able to get this tower.
Yeah, that was really well done by RJS to get Sven off the map, even though it wasn't a kill. It allowed us to take the mid lane tower. Do you have thoughts about the game? Are you just happy that your namesake was picked?
Very safe for them. So CLG have a lot of tools to choose.
Oh, Blabber's in there. The Prowler's claws popped, and that's going to be a 1v1 kill under the tower.
Yeah, but Blabber should die for that.
And now Blabber's got to figure out a way to get out here. He's going to be put to sleep very soon. Going to get spun on an heap, and that's Brox with a very nice trade.
So the 1-for-1 there isn't necessarily bad. I don't think that was shut down. But the big issue is we need to be able to hold this mid tower.
Honestly, on these Rek'Sai plays, especially since he used Flash for it.
And Perks is really far ahead in CS, and that's kind of a big problem. We'd be really far ahead in gold if it weren't for that. Because we do have 2 towers. Like, around now is where I think we might start to turn the corner in terms of winning fights, but Perks would be the one with the biggest advantage. Oh, Finn did go Stridebreaker. I don't know why I thought he was going Gore Drinker. I don't know the itemization, like the components for those items extremely well, because I mostly play jungle and things like Echo, Hecarim, tanks, pretty much anything but like bruisers in the jungle.
He needs to live a little longer than your average mage because he's not all burst, he's much more about sustained DPS. But I mean,
okay, we're doing a good job of setting up for Dragon here. And I think this is one we can fight around. Wild Turtle almost has his second item. We have a nice little lead there.
Jungler, if not also a magic damage side laner. So Perk's very well set up here with some nice farm. Actually smashing RJS in overall farm right now.
Fudge is walking
CLG do
down,
have first move onto the river, though, so I like the
and
setup here.
Finn
They have
is
plenty of tools
following
to look for
close
liquid.
behind.
Your swirl seed from Lilia and your bubbles.
Oh, that was extremely well done by Smoothie, and that kills Blabber. Broxa with the very, very nice Zanyas, and he does die, but we are able to kill off Perks there, and this fight should be ours because it's a 2v3. We're pretty far ahead. Oh, there we go. Finn with the double. Cat, move out of the way. Finn with the triple, it looks like. Finn with the triple. That was huge. Very, very good. And now we get a free dragon.
Honestly, don't give anybody Rel pastry time. I feel like this champ is so good.
That was so well communicated. They knew it was coming and just
on CLG's terms, and
instantly turned it. Those, like I said in my recap, the communication issues that were like things were delayed. This was not. This was just instant. Oh, and that was. Look at this. Look at this E from Broxa. I mean, he hits him before the flash, but he would have hit him after the flash either way.
Boom! Locked up that Rek'Sai. Blabber didn't get to do anything there.
And then Smoothie plays this so well. I mean, Turtle gets a bunch of gold. That's really good. And Finn just comes around the back, gets the free hit onto everyone. RJS is free firing, and it's just making it too easy for us. That was a huge fight.
As he walked right back into it, and CLG.
And now Fudge cannot, like, Fudge cannot match Finn in the side lane now. Once Finn goes back and spends his 1,000 gold that he just picked up in that fight. But that was an extremely good dragon fight for us. Turtle and Finn, probably the two strongest carries on our team, have a bunch of gold.
TP in as well, Smoothie already looking low.
Wow.
Just assassinates Rel.
That was just unfortunate.
Not going to TP up and use the topside pressure instead. Total no ulti. It's back up in a couple.
I don't know if you guys can hear Zoe in the background just being a happy kitty. We are just kind of caught out weirdly, and I don't like it. This is super disjointed. Yeah, we just lose 3 and possibly Baron there for pretty much no reason. That was just not playing correctly around vision, greeting.
Zoe still poking around with bubbles though.
Oh, Perks, what a good side step though. Gets the root as well. Needs to follow up with a bit of extra perk to keep Zoe away from the pit. RJS though still peppering the paddle stars in, but Cloud9 they're dedicated to finishing this Baron.
They're here.
Smoothie back though, but he's got no ulti. That's going to be a knockback there for Vulcan. Fudge also getting low. The Baron is going to go over. Somebody needs to hit it. Indeed, it is Sven that collects it. And now Cloud9, it's time to retreat. Over the wall goes
Yeah,
Blabber.
we kind of deserve to lose that Baron because of how poorly our vision control was. I want to go back and watch this again. So we don't have priority in the mid lane here at all. We have no vision. We don't know where they are.
Kill him in the full burst. Here we go. Might get one here.
So that's just one instantly dead. Turtle should be running. Okay, so we were pushed out without vision, and then trying to clear vision without properly pushing mid lane enough. So we were slightly out of position in 2 different places, and Cloud9 punished us for both of them, and it cost us a Baron. Finn is still incredibly strong. I think my cat just knocked over the trash can. She's a little butt face. Arches But, I mean, we are looking pretty solid against one of the top teams in the league.
That will have pretty big rewards.
Yep,
and we showed that when when we set up a fight like decently, we can win it, no problem.
Easier places to look for. And bottom side also, as you mentioned, looking nice and low. But
because Blabber should be at the point where he starts to fall off because he's so squishy, and he also shouldn't be able to get picks like he was getting before. But we do need to get something resembling vision control at any point, like anywhere on the map. We have like a single ward out. It's rough.
You have normally you're on a one-way ticket and you're looking for that trade. You're trying to kill a high-value target, use your flash, use your Prowler's Claw, get in there, get some damage done before you know they're going to take you out. But with the stopwatch, if you
Cloud9 is doing a good job here, putting pressure at multiple points. That's exactly what you want to do with Baron.
Cloud9 had a very big power
force the team to be split up and use the Baron minions very effectively. They're going to get a tower here out of that, and they're going to get a pretty substantial gold lead as a result of that Baron. So
get some more map territory under their belts before Dragon spawns.
After this Baron is when CLG like really needs to recover and make something happen in their favor. The Dragon is up in 20 seconds. We do have the luxury to be able to give because of how well we played the last Dragon. But I don't think we are going to. They do still have 15 seconds on Baron, so that's pretty rough. Turtle should be able to get out here, but he was a little too far forward there, and it cost him, and it's going to cost us the game. He just didn't back out after he should have. Like, look at this. He just needs to be walking away. Walk towards your team. Like, why are you walking back forward there? That puts you within Alistar range. Walk back towards your team where you have Peel.
And Cloud9 fainted for the Dragon and took 3 kills instead. As now Perks is flashing in. Sven is killer instincting over. That's a double kill for the Kai'Sa.
No, just small mistakes. Small position mistakes.
Ever persistent said, you remember me in top lane? That wasn't very nice. So I'm going to have my buddy Perks come up here and try and take you up. Be careful though, Fudge, because that tower is awfully strong. But Perk's gonna take the next shot.
Finn is awfully strong. But we just lose an inhib. We lose. Finn actually clears it. We don't lose the inhib.
Beautiful to watch. Blabber goes in. He draws out Wild Turtle's ultimate initially using his Prowler's Claw to get over there.
Turtle just needed to keep going back towards his team.
Immediately punishes. Turtle then not able to get away because Blabber
just walk back towards your team. You have flash, or Turtle, who has flash. I mean, that's difficult, but he might be able to react to that Alistar flash W, but that's pretty hard.
And CLG just collapse at the decisive engage from Cloud9. This is something C9 have done so well, regardless of roster.
Okay. Yeah, Perks should die here. And getting more gold onto Finn. That's good. I mean, Finn is so incredibly strong.
Really like how decisive they're being with a lot of these picks here, especially for Cloud9. Right after multiple moves from CLG,
so that was at least something to get a little gold and pressure back. It allows us to start to retake some vision and position ourselves to have a fighting shot at, you know, the next Dragon or next Baron. Next Baron is the objective. Turtle won't have flash up for that, which is a bit of a problem. That's going to be rough.
Next Baron though, up in just over a minute here as Cloud9 can look to maybe take that one off the map again. In full control of the game at this point, 4,000 gold ahead. Feeling good as far as overall gold and items go. And in fact, as I say that, Perks uses void stuff. So he's absolutely ready to machine gun down some people. In fact, hasn't even gone.
Perks is very, very strong.
He's just holding on to that verdant barrier.
Turtle, pretty strong. I mean, Finn is absurdly strong. If he can get a good flank, he just can solo win the fight.
Meanwhile, Cloud9 with
RJS is
very,
not
very
having his best
substantial
game.
gold lead for themselves. It's so easy now to just clear out CLG's wards. You want to slowly move up. You can starve them out. Of any
Brox
sort of
is not
vision
nearly
or
as
extra
useful as the
resources here,
Rek'Sai.
with Barons spawning only 17 seconds away.
Okay.
Cloud9 don't have to
Turtle
overextend,
getting that Infinity
and,
Edge
they're
could
just
be the
slowly
difference
moving
in a
up.
fight.
Control wards down, and mid-wave pushed as well as the steal from Perks. A little bit more insult there.
Just walked in and took the blue.
It happens.
Had Blabber, I guess, behind him as his team was pushing in mid, so...
That is
wasn't a
very
complete
dangerous,
solo mission,
RJS.
but
Okay.
Very rude there for Perks, but does get himself a blue, which is going to help this siege on the top tier 2, because Cloud9 likely want to be falling back to Baron, although Sven is currently taking a recall.
We're just shoving up mid lane here,
Trying to counter push mid here, looking if they can find a strike.
which gets us in a good position. Okay.
Does indeed have to do so.
Yeah, that does stop the back on Sven. If we can spot Vulcan, here, this could be very good for us. Good job of grouping around RJS to peel him. Okay, they've used like all of their engage. If Turtle can free fire, this should be very, very good. No, this should be good for us. Can Turtle? Good work. Good job. Keeping your carries alive. Finn playing it so well. Turtle positioning extremely well in that. Turtle coming out with the pentakill as well. That's huge. That was a very well done team fight. RJS buying so much time, buying so many of their engage tools, and allowing Turtle and Finn to just free fire.
Had a good sleep to buy some time for them, and Turtle's ultimate never was blown. Nobody initiated on him this time around. That was such a big difference to the previous team fight, and then him and Finn pick up the Baron right after.
No, the Infinity Edge pickup was the difference in that fight. That was huge.
It is definitely not over yet. 1 minute left.
We've got a minute until the Infernal Drake, but we can push lanes. We can see, if you look at Fudge's face, you can see he's like starting to get tilted because he's just getting absolutely bodied.
To try and get that smite away from it.
Right, well, unsurprisingly, this is the 100%
but Vulcan uses everything there. Fudge TPs in, ultis, and Sven ultis. They've used all of their engage tools at this point. And where's... Okay, Perks? Where's Perks? Oh, he's like on top of Blabber. It's so chaotic. Look how fast this fight is.
And he commits.
Okay, so Smoothie gets 2 of them with his ulti. Right into... Is that Q3 from... I think that's Q3 from Finn, followed by the E, the pullback of the feathers from Turtle. And Finn is just monstrous, and the fact they weren't able to burn down Turtle or Finn... Just if you can't get those guys down, we're gonna win every fight because they're so strong. And Turtle just picked up 1,800 gold from that series of events. And like I said, the Rek'Sai falls off later in the game.
Yeah, he bought a great amount of time there with his ulti despite dying when it stays. His Perks is busy split pushing because Cloud9 have maybe thought about.
Yeah, that's pretty smart by Cloud9 to have the jungler hovering. You know, they have the luxury to just give up this Drake, and they can trade for that and try and get a pick there. So, and CLG gets a ton out of Infernal Drake.
Ready for another minute 15, so it could knock down a few more
that's
towers, but it does seem like
very good for us. We have inhibitor towers down, but we don't actually have inhibitors down, which is a pretty good spot to be in for us, which means the tower rarely is going to pick up any experience in gold, and we're just going to soak all of that up.
And already we've got 3. Turtle here picking up one from Southfield. Feeling very good about it. Let's see, with this Baron buff, though, trying to push back out on top side. You see Finn working away in the 1v1,
that is very scary.
Now, eyes on Turtle again.
Oh, but that is a very nice chunk. Forces out the flash from Blabber and just gets the Gale Force from Turtle.
But, of course, not going to survive a full Zoe combo and barely survived that bit of poke out of CLG.
And we are moving our vision forward well, kind of choking them out of one side of their jungle, pushing the 2 lanes on either side of those jungles, and getting some standing gold here.
Turtle here. Oh my goodness. Gets chucked out pretty quickly there.
Rise, real balanced champion right there. Don't worry about it.
No minions.
Yeah, that chunk forces us to back off.
Like, all right, I think we can go here. Rest of Cloud9 spy the weakened Turtle and want to try and take him out, but there's the minion wave finally arriving.
Yeah, but Turtle heals almost up to full, just because he takes Legend Bloodlust, which is stupid good. It allows you to just build full damage without having to worry about building lifesteal, because you get 9% lifesteal from it.
3 are all going to be looking towards Turtle. Trying to find an angle to get on him. Like
Turtle having the Guardian Angel is very good because it allows him to survive an assassination attempt from Kaisa, Rise, or Rek'Sai. And just buying himself time is one of the best things he can do, especially if they're so focused on him that Finn gets to free hit, because we know Finn can just kind of destroy the Rise or the Kaisa by himself.
CLG have quite a strong team fight.
I mean, definitely feeling empowered after the Penta. Fun fact, Sven is the other player with the 2 Pentas you mentioned to make up the 3. So all the kills are currently in this game. Perkso also just finished his rabbit, so he's a very real threat. Now, Sven is also
so next objective is Baron. But, we are just kind of walking down mid, and they're giving us a tower.
Yeah, of course it's kind of comical, but they are split pushing bottom side. You see Perks down there working away at this tower. Does get a secondary one for himself.
We get an inhib, and then we should just back off.
Trying to race here? Perks can get a lot of damage done. There's actually
Finn needs to like get back and respond.
CLG,
no, we just lose that tower. And an inhib? What are we doing here?
Making a bit towards the Nexus here.
Somebody needs to stop him.
A lot of damage.
Destructors now as well with these AP builds. He's got his death cap completed.
Or just don't, and then we send 5 back to the base, and completely give up any positioning on the Baron. That was just really weird.
At the end of it, we actually trade inhibitors, and I think if you're Cloud9, you're happy to trade your mid inhib for one of their side inhibs. In this case, it's bottom, which is maybe going to set you up for this Soul Dragon, because it's much easier to push out the supers in mid than it is in one of the side lanes.
Of course, bottom side is always the best because it's also further away from Baron. So
we do have Finn's teleport still up, but we don't have any vision control over the Baron area. We don't have much vision control here, but Finn teleporting in behind, that is very iffy from Finn, but gets Blabber down. And we should be able to just pick Blabber here. Okay. Turtle gets 1. What the heck is even happening right now? Finn? Smoothie? What? Okay. I mean, that was good. It was extremely messy, but it ended up being good. RJS stopping the back. That's a good job. I don't think we can just end here, but it makes it, like without Sven there, it makes it very difficult for them to do anything. Turtle should not be positioned that far forward without, Flash or Ultimate, unless if the entire plan is to bait and fudge. What the hell? What the fuck were you doing, Turtle?
He needs to kill this guy, but Sven's out of there! He KI's onto RJS, and now he's fighting 1v2. He gets the double. He's gonna get 3. He's gonna maybe get 4. He's
okay, Finn turns it around, but what the hell was that, Turtle? Why are you positioning so aggressively without any of your escape tools?
Nobody's really got much left as Blabber looking awfully menacing. but I don't know he can really do much as both teams walk away with only 4 people alive.
And remember, this is for Infernal Soul, this Drake that's on the map right now. Oh my god, I
Like,
want picture.
why is Turtle so
Pretty
far
sure they're going
forward?
right for that Infernal Soul. CLG, though, they got greedy here. You see, Fudge goes right in on
Like,
Turtle.
he
Big
doesn't
chunk
have
there.
any of his
Don't
tools.
underestimate this Kaisa damage. Sven full combos him. They GA, even though Fudge mistimes the revival on the GA. Finn
Like, Finn is so strong,
Sven is
but
forced to ult in to the rest of the members of CLG, almost clutches
It's-
out the entire thing here. But
it's
Finn
very
with a big,
perplexing
move
that
to finish off that kill does save the game for them.
they went
Cloud9,
for that.
They got the soul during the
Brox is
replay.
here.
They're working at the Baron too.
Yeah, actually, Perks has started soloing again. In fact, it's so low already. Broxer can maybe get in, but no, he will be kept out. And Cloud9 are going to play for
Turtle,
both
why would
objectives
you
and
why were
secure
you
them
so
a
far
very
forward
bold
without
late game
ulti
call
or
that they
flash
utilize
or even
everything.
Gale Force?
Hot damn,
You just
do
didn't
know
have
there's gonna be a
anything
lot
to
of
get
back and
out.
Forth on these late game objectives in a CLG game. Pastry time. We get a third Baron for this game, and it is
That didn't make any goddamn sense.
First one Cloud9, second one CLG. Right back to Cloud9 now, and with the soul.
Like,
This has definitely been
Turtle,
a
you're
bit of a
the best thing you
seesaw
can do
here.
is stay alive.
Banshee's finished now for Perks as well. That is full build level 18 late game Rise, fully operational.
And it's the same for Turtle. He's got that Bloodthirst to finish as his final item here. Sven also finished, by the way, so
Turtle
some
is
pretty
tilting
high-powered
me.
carries on either side.
But look
Finn
at
is
RJS.
playing
This
so
Zoe is
well.
missing 2 item slots. Okay, he gets half of one there built up. Still has just the single ring there.
Yeah.
But Perks is
RJS
dominating
isn't having a great
more
game.
than Flame Horizon
He's
here
having a
from all this side lane
pretty
play.
rough game.
This Rise is definitely going to put out way more damage, and the Zoe has to find.
I don't know if we
balance,
thought we
picking
could end
someone
there,
off the bubble,
but
or something, because
without
she's
without
missing around for poke,
with Turtle's
whereas
ulti
Perks is,
up,
look
we
at that,
we
he's
end.
crushing minion
But
waves, and
we
they are
needed
working
a
their way
lot.
towards the CLG
We
base.
need more.
Now the tables have turned. See if they can find that flank.
And
Double
now we're
kick
just
tank,
at
power
such a
spot already
freaking
for the
disadvantage.
Cloud9 engagers.
Well, Finn is the other big player
It's
for CLG
so
as far as
bad.
gold goes, so we'll see what happens, but this is a very tricky fight to navigate with Baron buff super.
Yeah, they're just gonna trip inhib us
Already have
and
bot inhib, now
walk
gonna
in
take
and
mid
win the
inhib.
game.
Perks just explodes poor Smoothie, and he's just gonna be left for dead. Will be killed, pops the Magnet Storm, but it doesn't matter, attracting nothing but the fountain there as Cloud9 5v4 are gonna move in to finish off this Nexus as Perks. He's getting a little low, but low is not good enough. As CLG now still fighting, as Broxy getting low, Blabber diving in. He wants Turtle, that's all he's got on his mind as Fudge. He's gonna dive in there as well, alongside Sven. He takes out Broxy with the Gale Force as Fudge dives in onto Turtle and makes sure the kill happens. And that is all they need with the Nexus
Wow.
open to take the game.
It's another one we should have won.
End of it all, as Finn, I take it back, is still gonna live, but Blabber gonna try and buy
That's
time for that to
so
happen.
dumb.
Instead, it is Cloud9 finishing off
Turtle
the Nexus just
mispositioning
under 40
cost us the
minutes.
game. Dude, like, he had the penta, played a couple of those fights so well. Like, we should be winning these games. And I'm pissed that we aren't. God, why was Turtle so far forward without any of his tools? If we just walk out there, we just freely take the Baron. Because there's not much they can do to contest, and then we can walk down mid and win the game. Or we can go get Dragon. But instead, we like tried to end it all there. When we didn't have the tools available to do so, and we got super punished. This team shouldn't be 1-6. It's extremely frustrating. Hopefully the rest of the games go much better.